Hey, how's it going, Kaiju fans? I'm gonna go ahead and do a book review. This one is called Encyclopedia of Godzilla. It's all in Japanese and I think there's a few English words in it, but I thought I would share this with you guys. It's called, I guess the title or the style of the book is called Gakken Mook. That's probably the Japanese equivalent to some sort of picture book. Picked this up in Japan maybe over 12 years ago at this point. What came with this nice book here is this poster. I'll just quickly unfold it and you can kind of get a sense of what it looks like. It basically looks like that, kind of unfolded entirely like so. It's a really cool little byproduct of just purchasing the book itself. So you get a little poster out of it. So let's go ahead and go through this book here. Okay, so first things first, the opening cover or section, there is some art, looks like some concept art, 1991 Toho. Yeah, really cool looking, very well drawn. So we'll kind of go through these sections here. There's a lot of things to look at, and apparently there's about 130 pages. So let's get into it. Okay, so this first section is photo story Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Since this book is focused on this particular movie, looks like there are some very nicely placed photos, a lot of text. Unfortunately, I cannot read the text, but obviously some good summary images of the actual movie. And I think it's a good reference point if you ever want to remind yourself of what actually occurred in the movie. And you will recall M11, I think his name is Robert Scott Field. He has kind of this Terminator-esque quality since he is an android, so I thought that was quite funny in the movie, but I thought it was also very interesting as well. Okay, so this next section here reads Godzilla Generation. Don't quite know what that means, but it does look like it summarizes the evolution of Godzilla since the first movie, the various sculpts and prototypes, if you will. And I think this progresses chronologically forward. There's some other movies he also appears in. I think we're looking in the 60s now. Okay, this next section is called SFX of Godzilla Movie, and yeah, this is pretty good behind the scenes content. Certainly I always had fantasized about being on set with the creators, the artists and craftsmen and hands who are building these amazing models for Godzilla and his enemies to destroy. I think they do a terrific job given the budget that they do have. Very limited computer graphics, but I think that's a testament to creative filmmaking. So we got some cool images from that. Next section here is Godzilla People. I think this is Tomoyuki Tanaka. He's the original producer and or maybe visionary for Godzilla. I think he participated in just about all the films up to his passing, I believe, but certainly the innovator. So we have to thank him for really all the great Godzilla movies that came out in Japan, starting with the first one in the 50s. I do recognize this gentleman is, I think his name is Koichi Kawakita, the special effects for the 90s movies, which were personally my favorites. Now we're into Cosmic Monster King Ghidorah, so I think this is a pictorial, if you will, of King Ghidorah over the years, starting with his origins when he first appeared in the Toho movies and the various scenes that appeared in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. And I really like how they kind of took the essence of the 60s Ghidorah and they sort of modernized it to a more sleek design for the 90s. So this is one of my, obviously my favorite King Ghidorah. He was basically my favorite enemy of Godzilla, whether it be the 91 version, but also the Mecha King Ghidorah. That's also quite awesome as well. Next section, Monsters Picture Book. Seems like there's a lot of Godzilla and Kaiju characters in this one, so try to go through this one quickly. Next section here is called Godzilla Fight 17. Don't really understand the context of this one. Certainly it would help to be able to read Japanese, but nevertheless, I think it has to do with maybe some of the conflicts that occurred in each of the movies themselves, and kind of the chaos and mayhem that Godzilla inflicted upon various folks in Japan. Okay, we've arrived at the next chapter here. It's called Making of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. I'm guessing this is kind of an extension of the color version that was earlier in the book itself. These images are more black and white, but you can see the artists and craftsmen tinkering with the monsters themselves as well as the miniatures. I'm sure there's a lot to read up here, and I think they may in some ways describe what was done in every single day through the schedule. I think I see some dates up here. Now we're in the data bank section. It does look like it simply documents the movies, how much they cost. I think maybe these are VHS, but wow, these prices are quite high. This one here is almost 13,000 yen. So that's, yeah, I guess it's pretty high. I'm not sure if it's referring to the poster itself or maybe the VHS tape. I can't really tell for sure. Next here we got Godzilla All Toys are coming here. A little bit of broken English, but some Godzilla collectibles for those to reference. Looks like these figures were available during the early 90s. Some of them probably came out many years before, but this is a pretty good, I guess, maybe summary of what has been published and or created. We got the Sofubi figures, and then we got the various technologically advanced vehicles to fight Godzilla. I think this is almost the last section here, but this one is called Encyclopedia of Godzilla. And I think this is just kind of going through each character and going perhaps more into detail. Okay, this one's kind of cool. So this is I guess a route map of all the various cities Godzilla has destroyed or had conflict with his enemies in. Obviously this is just a really cool kind of fun cartoon documentation of where they occurred. In the left-hand side here in Japanese, I think they reference the actual movie as well as the exact location. So if you ever wanted to go to Japan and maybe retrace some of the steps of where the conflict occurred, you could definitely use this little guide here. It's quite humorous. Yeah, there's little Godzilla's biting on Anguirus, and yeah, it's all very well done here. By extension, there's also a kind of a more world route map. I think a lot of these conflicts occurred in Destroy All Monsters. I think that came out in '68, but I do remember in that movie Godzilla did attack New York, so this would be represent North America. This is more East Asia, South Pacific, things like that. But yeah, all very well done and quite humorous. All right, that kind of breaks us to the end here, and it came with a cool, very nice, cool poster here. Yeah, so that's kind of a brief look at the book here. Hope you enjoyed it. You might be able to pick this up somewhere in a used bookshop, maybe in Japan, or maybe you can find it here in the Western world as well. But nevertheless, hope you enjoyed this content. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to head on over to Kaiju Kingdom Collectibles.com, we carry a lot of Godzilla products, and we're happy to fulfill some of those needs you have. So yeah, have a good one, and we'll catch you next time.